Ever get that feeling, where a movie just stays with you long after the credits roll? Like it made you think about something bigger.
Yeah, absolutely. Some films just stick with you. What have you got in mind?
Well, we're diving into a film today that seems to do just that. Amaran. Heard of it?
It rings a bell? Tamil film.
Right. And not your typical action flick. It's getting a ton of buzz.
Oh, tell me more.
We're going off a review here from the MovieKaTicket Films Review App, and they're calling it something really special.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Lay it on me.
So Amaran is based on a true story. Major Mukund Varadarajan, an Indian army officer. They even pulled from this book series, India's Most Fearless, for the source material.
Wow, a biographical action film. You don't see those every day. Sounds intense.
Yeah, but it's more than just explosions and fight scenes. The review really highlights how the film delves into Major Mukund's life, both his personal struggles and his military journey.
That's what I find so compelling about biographical films. They have the potential to take historical events or figures and make them relatable, to make them human. What's the approach in Amaran? What makes its storytelling unique?
So the director, Rajkumar Periasamy, he apparently weaves these two aspects of Mukund's life together in a really clever way. Keeps you on the edge of your seat for the entire 169 minutes, apparently.
Rajkumar Periasamy, the director of, what was that film? Yeah, previous film name.
Yes, that's him. And the review specifically praises him for his ability to keep the narrative engaging throughout the entire film.
He's a very visual director, if I remember correctly. Lots of symbolism, interesting use of color.
Exactly. And that seems to carry over to Amaran. Of course, you can't talk about a film without mentioning the performances. Sivakarthikeyan plays Major Mukund, and the review calls it a career-defining role.
Oh, Sivakarthikeyan, I know him. He's generally known for lighter roles, comedies and rom-coms, that kind of thing.
Right. And the review is praising his performance in this much more serious film, saying he brings real depth and emotion to the character.
I'm a bit skeptical, to be honest. He's a talented guy, but to suddenly jump into such a demanding role, it'll be interesting to see if he pulls it off convincingly. Some early reviews have suggested his performance could be a tad melodramatic.
Ooh, interesting. I guess we'll have to watch it ourselves and be the judge of that.
Yeah.
But he's not the only standout performance. Sai Pallavi plays Mukund's wife, Indu, and the review calls her performance just as impactful.
Sai Pallavi, she's incredible. She always brings a certain vulnerability to her roles. I'm really curious to see how she portrays Indu's journey.
Well, the review actually highlights her ability to make you, the audience, truly empathize with Indu. It talks about her character going through love, loss, and ultimately resilience. It makes you think, It's not just about the soldier on the battlefield. It's about the strength of those who support them back home.
Absolutely. War stories often focus solely on the soldiers, but there's a whole other side to the story. The families who wait, who worry, who endure the losses.
And Amaran seems to touch on that beautifully. What about visually? Have you heard anything?
Well, apart from the director's known visual style.
The cinematography.
Yeah.
C.H. Sai, a debut cinematographer, is getting rave reviews, especially for how he captures the beauty and turmoil of Kashmir.
Kashmir. Interesting choice. So visually stunning, but also a region so marked by conflict. It's a bold move to entrust a newcomer with capturing that. I'm really curious to see how he uses the landscape.
I know, right? I was thinking the same thing. Does he go for these grand, sweeping shots to emphasize the vastness and the danger? Or does he use close-ups to show the personal impact? So many possibilities.
It's really making me want to see this film.
Me too. And on top of that, we've got the music. G.V. Prakash Kumar composed the score, and apparently it adds a whole other layer of emotion to the experience.
He's a fantastic composer. Really knows how to use music to heighten the drama.
Yeah, so we've got a strong story, powerful performances, stunning visuals, and a moving soundtrack. No wonder the film has been such a success.
What do you mean by success? Critically acclaimed.
Critically, yes, but also commercially. The review mentions that it became one of the highest-grossing Tamil films of the year after it was released during Diwali.
Diwali. That's fascinating. Diwali is a festival of new beginnings, the triumph of good over evil. Releasing Amaran, a film about courage and sacrifice, during that time probably amplified its impact on audiences.
Totally. Like it just hit at the right time and struck a chord.
Makes you think, doesn't it? Maybe Amaran resonated so deeply because it tapped into a cultural need for stories that honor those who serve, stories that explore the complexities of war and sacrifice.
Exactly. And that's what makes it more than just an action film, right? It prompts us to think about these bigger issues.
It reminds me of another biographical film, Other Biographical Film, which dealt with similar themes of sacrifice and resilience in a very powerful way.
Oh, I'll have to check that out. It sounds right up my alley.
You should. A truly unforgettable film.
And speaking of unforgettable, the MovieKaTicket Films Review App, where we got all this info, they're encouraging everyone to check out their in-depth review of Amaran. Tons of great insights there. But for us, for this deep dive, I think the main takeaway is clear. Amaran is a film that challenges us to consider the courage of those in the armed forces and the impact their service has on their families and loved ones.
Couldn't have put it better myself.
And now we want to hear from you. What are some other films that have stuck with you long after you watched them, especially films that deal with war or the lives of those who serve? Let us know in the comments. This has been a truly insightful look at Amaran.
Yeah, it really makes you think.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
My pleasure. Until next time.